Holy shit! Welcome back to another uh Moments in the Rail Industry video. This video will go over what happened in November. I did promise that we were gonna have more stuff, and well, a promise is a promise. Anyways, let's begin. On November 1st, a request for proposal was issued about designs for a new high-frequency rail station in the Durham Region locale in Ontario, Canada. The area mentioned is due to expand by a staggering million residents by 2040. A second Union Station will potentially be underway that will rival Toronto's Union Station. The new Union East Transit Hub will link together the eventual high-frequency rail, a future light rail transitway on Highway 407, GO Bus and City Bus service, passengers from the proposed Pickering Airport, and some more stuff. I don't exactly have an opinion on this right now because it's very early on, and I'll probably have one in the future, but again, I don't really have one right now. I don't really know. On November 3rd, Keolis has now confirmed to be scrapping the AEM-7s that they had stored. 3 unknown units have already met the torch. Pretty, sad. On November 4th, CDTX 8309 had a bit of an oopsie. Both bogie sets of the cab car were on different switch points, and the cab car ended up doing, well, this. It's back on the rails as of now, but it tried to drift. Also on this day, a fire was started at Toronto Union Station on a GO train, specifically GO Coach 2330. The fire was started by a person in the bathroom and has caused some damage. However, it's not as extensive in my opinion. However, this coach is no longer going to be used for a while. On November 7th, Metro North revealed their New York Central Heritage Unit. It looks nice on the P42 in my opinion, and the way they did it. On November 15th, NJ Transit revealed an Atlas Model Railroad Company wrap. This is actually pretty cool. Similar to Amtrak's Train Sim wrap, this one commemorates a model railroad company that made this to begin with. NJT did it for the Atlas 100th anniversary. Again, this is amazing actually, it looks pretty cool. On November 16, Tri-Rail 518 returned to service, marking the official debut of the new Tri-Rail paint scheme. This actually beat 503, which was the first unit to actually get the new scheme back in October. We can see where their priorities are. Also on November 18th, a train crash involving a CTA subway occurred. This collision was between a CTA subway train and snow removing equipment on the same track. That's, unusual, and I hope no one got hurt. On November 17th, 2 trains collided, a Norfolk Southern train and a CSX train. Fire also started on one of the CSX locomotives. So, another NS moment, I guess? On November 21st, the FEC revealed its brand new paint scheme. Everyone has been calling it Negative Ferromex. The reason this even happened is because the FEC is owned by the same group that owns Ferromex, so this is possible. They also plan to do a veterans unit. GP40-2 number 430 will receive the paint. Also on the 21st, the Via Historical Association, or VHA, has announced its first major fundraising campaign. They announced that they're going to be purchasing and restoring Via Rail 6539, an FP9A locomotive, to lead its 2028 Via 50th Anniversary Heritage Train. This will be the first time in history that an F-unit locomotive will be restored to operation in clean Via colors. We ain't done with the 21st just yet. In the late evening of that same day, a CN train collided with a Montreal XO train that was stopped at Gare Saint-Léonard, Montréal Nord, on the 15 Mascouche line. Yes, I speak French. Shut up. Anyways, the CN train rear-ended it, however, it was not as brutal as I seem to be explaining it. Okay, I lied. Unfortunately, from the video and images, the F-59PH's nose and front of its frame was bent down and inward. So it's definitely going out of service. Well, forever, as EXO is supposedly going to retire the F-59s next year, and I don't see why they would repair it just for it to run under a year. Along with this, the first car, behind the F-59, was damaged as well due to the force of the collision. Fortunately, there were no major injuries or dangerous goods involved with the incident. It was just two GVOs. However, 7 people suffered minor injuries, 4 refused to go to the hospital for some reason. The 3 remaining people were transported to hospital. The cause of the incident still remains under investigation, so yeah, do your research, guys. On November 22nd, a CSX train carrying molten sulfur near Mount Vernon, Kentucky, derailed. The cars carrying said material started burning and created sulfur dioxide. Basically, it seems like CN went NS mode, however, their response time is much, much quicker. All I can say is I hope they don't do what NS did and how they responded to the community surrounding the derailment. Please don't. On November 25th, Tri-Rail 510 was spotted on the end of a freight train. 510 was involved in the collision nearly 8 years ago in January 2016 with a garbage truck and was damaged severely. It was taken out of service since then, however, the image shown pretty much tells us that it's gonna come back. Nice. Also on this day, Amtrak 627 and ACS 64, involved in the derailment a long time ago, was spotted being torn down or scrapped. That's unfortunate, but at one point, it was kind of inevitable. Also on the 27th, a person was seen trying to hijack a Norfolk Southern train. Fortunately, they were stopped by police. Man, Norfolk Southern's really having one of the worst years. Hold on, there's still more. On the same day, CSX revealed their Atlantic Coastline Heritage Unit. After a hiatus or pause in the Heritage Unit program, unlike the rest of the Heritage Units, this one does not have a fade and instead cuts off abruptly. Again, I've said in the past, I don't have an opinion on these. I don't care. On November 28th, the CSX Nose Heritage Unit Bandit strikes again. This time, the person painted another paint scheme on another CSX Jeep. On top of that, he even had time to put a small little CSX logo on it. That's pretty funny. And finally, on November 29th, the Talgos are Talgone. This image shows the Talgo 6 train sets being scrapped. That's unfortunate. They were my favorite train sets on Amtrak Cascades, especially with the fins. Well, that pretty much wraps it up, I guess. Pretty interesting month, I will say. And yeah, that's pretty much all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the new year.